we'll do, if you have any questions, uh, feel free to pop them in the chat, and we can answer them at the end, or feel free to butt in. There's only two of you, so, and there's only two of us, so if you want, just just have a shout. We'll listen out for you while we're talking, and feel free to ask any questions along the way. If not, pop them in the chat or save them to the end, and we can have a chit chat at the end. Right, so today is how to use Sport 80. So we'll focus on, if it wants to move on to the next slide. There we go. So first section is individual membership. Oh, just go back. There we go. So we will discuss literally from the basics of setting up a profile, if it's a parent account, how you can add your child, adding your membership, how to upgrade your membership, renewing memberships, and then kind of from a club admin on club transfers, how you transfer yourself, and then from the kind of back room on how a club would manage transfers, and as the member, how do you check if your transfer has been approved? And then we'll go on to an event section within Sport 80. So to start off, we have a couple of videos just to guide through, so we'll talk over them, but it's a bit more of a visual guide here, so we find these are a lot more kind of helpful. So let's hope it works. So setting up a profile, you'll go onto the home page that you can find on our website. If you don't, but it's just a BF Sport 80 webpage there. It will come up with get started, and what you do is you just type in your email address like it's going here. Wait for the typing, and then create your accounts, fill out your details as a standard kind of account would anyway. So first name, last name, email, create a password. It'll tell you what you need character-wise to include in there. Type in twice, and then pick whether it is for yourself or for another. So that could be a parent or not, or yourself. Date of birth. So it'll be your date of birth, and then click register. And then select profile, so that will come up there with your name, and then you are in. Next page, parent account. If you are a parent and you want to add a child in, once you are registered and logged in, this will come up. It's your dashboard. So this is your home page. As you can see on the menu, you just click the little home button. If you end up somewhere else, it will bring you back to this page every single time you log in. On your right, you see a My Athletes, and that is where you want to go. What you want to do is add a new athlete, press New Athlete, and then add in the child's name there. As so. And then it will come to personal. So you add the child's date of birth in, not your own. It'll be 13th of September. Their competition gender, and then fill in how you want to be communicated. And that is it. And then it will come up with their own kind of thing. So that parent will then be in charge of their account, and it will come up then within the My Athletes. Okie dokie. There we go.
Yeah, so to add membership, once you're from there, whether it's for yourself or for, say, a son or daughter, you would go into the membership tabs that was there, and then you get this little drop down. So you select your home country, and then from there you can look through all the membership types that we have. There was selected a starter membership, and then you get the choice of auto renewal or just a one annual payment. So you click that and then you get a club. So you can go through and affiliate with a club or make yourself unaffiliated. Then you click your region, which is probably quite an important one for when you want to enter events. If they're closed to regions, it's good to have the right region in there. After that, you'll enter all of your sort of personal details, name, address. Then it would be sort of gender identity, ethnicity, accessibility issues, everything from there, email address. We couldn't go any further with this video. That's why it stopped here, because I wasn't willing to put my my home address in there. But yeah, it asks all those questions, then you go through to next, and the next thing to do is make payment for it. A question that we'll often get is how to upgrade a membership. So we'll get a lot of people coming in with an intro membership and then wanting to upgrade quite quickly. You know, they either love fencing and want to instantly have a paid membership. So to upgrade, you go into your account and then you'll go to your memberships tab, as the video will show here. I'm just talking quicker than the mouse goes. Yeah, so go into the memberships tab and then the three dots on the right hand side underneath actions. So you'll click those dots and in there it's change membership type. You'll click that and then this is where it comes up with how to change membership and what membership types you're able to upgrade to. So from supporter, you could upgrade to recreational or compete. But if you've already got a recreational membership, the only thing that you can upgrade to is compete. So in that little section there, it'll only give you the options that you can upgrade to, and then it'll take you through to the payment page. To renew memberships, again, it's similar to before. So you would go to your memberships tab. I'll slow down a little bit this time. Go to the, wait there, where did we click there? Go to add memberships and then you can renew from there. Something within the renewing of memberships, if you haven't had a membership for 6 months to a year, you might have to reactivate your membership. So when you do that, you would have to go to our contact us page and select renewing memberships in there, just because we'll have to backdate payments for it. It usually tries to like send you back to when your membership ended originally. So then you end up paying for that extra time that you've missed. So it's better to reactivate it first and then come here and do the renewal so that you don't get any backdated payments. This is basically the same as upgrading, just checking your region. I mean, we can sit and watch it, but yeah, it's basically the same as once you've got your membership, just entering all your details again.
Right, so club transfers. So if you have somebody, you know, relocating and they want to change clubs, this is how they do it. So they need to log into their account. Actually, I have a video, it's on the next slide. There we go. So you go onto your membership, click the actions button there, and then transfers. Then you click the button saying start transfer and it will bring up what the new club will be. So they need to select what club they are transferring to. So it's requested here and then you just click start transfer. And what will happen is both clubs will get an email notification to state that that member is requesting to change clubs, which is on here. So essentially, how you can check if your transfer is being approved, it needs to be approved by both clubs. So the club you're leaving and the club you're coming to. They can check it by going on the progress of their transfer request. So clicking the actions button again selecting the transfers, and it will come up as a tab and with your progress. So it'll probably awaiting approval could mean that one club has approved it, but the other hasn't, or no, none of them have. But it will also state if it has been rejected. Say like, yeah, the club didn't want them coming, stuff. There could be other things going on in the background. But it will come up with that. But both of the clubs will receive a notification from their side when a member has requested to transfer. And that leads on to how does a club know about transfers? So they'll be noted, it will give you the link straight through. You can go and click approve. It's all very straightforward laid out. It's approved or rejected. It has their kind of membership details, stuff like that. And you can find that on the left-hand bar of a club admin. So it will be transfers on the left-hand side. Right, moving on to, like I just said, sorry, managing transfers. It will be on the left-hand transfers, click access transfers, and they will have all the info there. Moving on to section 2. So this is how to enter events. So we'll discuss how you can find an event on Sport80, how to enter an event on Sport80, and then there's a new kind of addition that some of your members may have noticed or yourselves have noticed if entering an event at the very end in the checkout. That is our new system that Sport80 have put in place called event entry like protection. So I will run through what that is as well.
Yeah, so finding the events, first of all, you can do it from the website. It's a very sort of base layer. If you go into events and courses, which I've got a nice like red arrow pointing to, it'll take you to the event zone, and our calendar's on there. So you should be able to see all the events that are on there. If you click on one of them, it should take you through to Sport80 directly to that event. And then you can enter from there. But if not, you can search for events in Sport80 by going to, can you go to the next slide? Sorry, Abby. Yeah, by going to events on the left-hand side, it will come up with a list of all the events that we've got going on. If you know the specific one that you want to enter, you can type it in the search bar. If you're not sure which one it is that you want to enter, but you know sort of an area that you want them to go to, you can just type in the location and then have like sort of a within distance on the other side. And again, it'll bring up a list. So for everyone that you're eligible to enter, this sort of blue enter now button will pop up, and then once you click that, it'll take you through to enter. Other ones, so like the one here, the LPGS one, it has the website link, because for that one you would use their website to enter. So again, if you're eligible for it, it'll come up in this list, and you should be able to go through using that link. So it should be pretty straightforward, but if there's any issues with that, you can sort of get in touch with us and we can look into it for you. Usually, if it's not coming up with enter now, there's an eligibility issue with it where you might not have the right membership, or if you're outside of the region, depending on what the restrictions are for each event. Once you've got through onto there, click the red, I've basically just said it, but click the blue button. If you meet all the criteria, you should be able to enter. So then you would follow the instructions that are there. It's basically just entering, name, membership number, and then making payment for it. There are some events like Cadet and Juniors, which is coming up in September, where you would need to provide sort of passport information to show proof of nationality. But not all events are like that. But just to be aware, there are some that will need that information on your Sport80 profile.
So a new addition that's kind of recently been updated by Sport 80 is event protection. So when you want to enter an event, you go through all of what Sam's kind of explained, and it will get into the checkout area, and you will notice that there is a drop down option for event protection. That is essentially it's not insurance. It will seem like it's insurance. It's not. It's a protection scheme for your entry fee. So the way I kind of try and explain it is it's like a concert ticket. You're buying your concert ticket and you're paying a protection fee. So if you are ill or you become injured, like before your event, it is essentially a case of you can claim, put a claim through, and you'll get your entry fee money back. It's optional on checkout. It's, I think, £4. And then once you pay, what you normally get anyway, with or without it, is you'll get your payment confirmation email, which is like your receipt, and it will have the detail, your entry, what event you've entered with the payment there, and then underneath will be event protection. I think it's event entry, membership protection with the £4, and then at the very bottom there's a link. It will say if you need to make a claim, make it here, and you press the claim link. That will take you to where it's requested. The form, you fill a form out, it will get sent through and it will get processed if approved. That being said, we do recommend people, if they are withdrawing within our regulations within the 24 hours, they still need to inform us. So they still need that. We won't get that. So you need to notify us regardless if you are withdrawing, so we can make sure you don't get the fine, because that will still be in place if you don't let us know. But that is being communicated now, trying to be clearer on the website and in our information stuff. What that little claim bit is in this, it's bullet point number 4. So if you're, it will come up like that. But that is a new addition on Sport 80, so you may see that, or you may get queries about it. It's not anything to do with membership insurance. It is specifically for entry fee, and it's just so that they don't lose their own money on entry fee, which is quite a nice thing actually for people to have. I think it's actually quite a nice thing to have. So yeah, that is a new addition. We are putting a page together to put on the website, so we will kind of put that out soon, so people have a bit more information about that. But if you have any issues or any queries, again, you can send them our way to events at britishfencing.com, and we can deal with it from our side, especially if it's a Sport 80 issue.
You said, a question, please.
Hello.
You said you need to notify us. Who do you mean?
Yeah, so if it's a British fencing event, sorry, I wasn't very clear, was I? If it's a British fencing event, say cadet and juniors, we will put out in the information pack, if it's within 24 hours, you need to notify us. We put a phone number and what you need to message us, saying withdraw your name and your BF membership number, just so we can withdraw you. But I would also note, if you are a club admin, that may be something to take into account if you are creating your own event. If that's just something you need, I think, for an organisation point of view, just to be aware of people withdrawing without, telling you, basically.
And you mentioned a fine. What is this?
That's again for BF events. So like cadet and juniors, if you don't show up and you haven't let us know within that 24-hour gap, you get a fine, because it can severely kind of affect our running day. And it's just to make sure people follow our regulations, basically. But that is just for BF ran events, so our Senior Open, on BYCs, our British Youth Championships. That isn't club events or anything like that. That's just British fencing ran events.
So, but it applies to BYCs?
Yes. It will be on the website if you need. any further information.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes,
Again,
go for it.
I'm sorry, it's to go back to the transferring an athlete as a club admin. I think you said you had to click on the 3 dots on the right-hand side.
Yeah, let me go
Well,
back for you.
I
So,
see, thank you.
so you go on the 3 dots if you're the member transferring, but if you are club admin, on the left-hand main menu bar,
Yeah.
there will be a transfers. It's near the
No.
bottom.
Oh.
Can you show that?
Oh, I see it. I got it. I have it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
You
That's
click
great.
that, and then it will come up with active transfers. Click active transfers, and then it will guide you there on a
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks.
No worries. So that is a roundup. Are there any kind of other questions, whether it's to do with setting up your own individual membership profile, or finding events or entering events, any of those, or anything that you've had with Sport AC that you may want to ask?
Yes, I've just one quick question. I'm not sure why, but every time I